And we begin with some breaking news on the private jet terminal that was launched a few days ago. We are now hearing that the Ghana Airports Company has asked Magdan to suspend operations. Joining me now is Evans Mensah with the latest information on this. What are you hearing, Evans?
Yeah, so I mean, this controversy erupted over the weekend when the terminal, the private jet terminal, was inaugurated. We know that the Ghana Airports Company had raised concerns about the safety and other concerns in a letter to the chief executive, Magdan, and I'd asked him to been given a copy of a letter dated 31st of January. This is yesterday, written to the chief executive, Magdan Aviation, Kotoka International Airport, and it is titled "Notice to Suspend the Use of the Terminal 1 at Kotoka International Airport." And it goes on to talk about the fact that we note with concern your failure to comply with the directive despite the outstanding issues on the prior terms and conditions for the use and operations of Terminal 1 as a private jet terminal. Management has consequently directed the suspension of your use of Terminal 1 until further notice. He says you are kindly requested to relinquish the keys to enable management undertake a joint inventory by close of business day. That was yesterday, by close of business yesterday. He has been directed to hand over the keys to the private jet terminal, Terminal 1. And so that is the Magdan private jet terminal, to suspend its use of the place. And interestingly, if you look at the individuals copied in this, it includes the Secretary to the President, it includes Secretary to the Vice President, the Minister for Transport, and I must indicate, the Minister for Transport himself.
Was at the event?
He wasn't, but today Parliament has summoned him to appear before the committee to explain how Magdan private jet terminal went ahead in spite of these concerns. And we've checked this with the Ghana Airports Company, and it's indeed authentic. The question is whether the Magdan Aviation have received this and whether they've complied.
It makes you wonder what due diligence was done before he was given the permission to use the facility in the
A lot of questions.
The latest information that the private jet terminal that was launched recently, well, the Ghana Airports Company is asking that Magdan suspends usage of that facility until certain issues are resolved. We will be following that for you with subsequent updates in later bulletins. Now, to tonight's top story, Shell is the first oil marketing company to have adjusted fuel prices at the pumps. More of the firms are expected to effect the changes. Consumers will be impacted even more by this latest adjustment triggered by the high cost of Brent crude on the international market and the marginal depreciation and stabilization levy, or else they will mount a protest. Here's Duncan Amwa, who is Executive Secretary of COPEC Ghana.
The least authorities should have done and could have done should have been to find ingenious ways to bring down prices so as to maintain the little, fluidity in the economy as far as people's spending is concerned. Unfortunately, it looked as though the Finance Ministry, who should be a bit more stabilization and recovery levy of 16 pesos and 14 pesos, respectively, for petrol and diesel. And we think that this has got to be reversed within the next 7 days.
Indeed.
If it is not reversed, we'll be forced to go and pick it at the Finance Ministry, because this is a double slap in our faces. Unwarranted, something that is clearly avoidable. The President saw the hardship Ghanaians were going through November, December, and he directed that the stabilization should be zeroed. Unfortunately, just 2-3 months down the line, we are coming back to collect that money. Meanwhile, the real use for that money has been outlived long ago due to the price deregulation regime. You no longer are stabilizing petroleum products for anybody in the country. You no longer are paying BDCs any under recovery. So collecting stabilization and recovery levy is taken to just stealing from all of us.
As wrong. Chris Moses is researcher.
Yes, are concerned, and we believe essentially that government was aware of these developments, that prices on the international markets were rising, we're also, of course, going to see that rise on international markets reflect on the local markets. And so we're expecting that as listening and the concerned government, they were going to look at measures to stabilize, even if not reduce the prices, to stabilize the current price that we have in the country already. But unfortunately, that's not the case. We have seen taxes and levies on the price board that will be reduced or be removed. We haven't seen any commitment of governments or on governments on that part yet. And so going ahead to reimpose the PSRL, we believe it's a spiteful action. It's something that it shouldn't even have happened, because there are concerns being raised that on the price board that is too much, accounting for about 40%.
Yes.
And reintroducing it essentially will just add on to the expected increment that is coming.
Well, we've got reactions from the public to the fuel price hikes, most of them telling us they have not budgeted for this latest adjustment.
It's projecting an increment in the prices of petroleum products across various pump stations across the country. And this, according to them, is in line with the upsurge of prices with respect to commodities in the international market. We are currently here at the sale budget for this, or better still, they are ready for such increment.
I'm not having any budget available now. Okay, as of now, there's still the e-levy ongoing, so I don't think it's important for them to increase the fuel prices as of now.
Yeah, no, I personally, I'm not happy about it, because if you look at how things are, I think maybe with the ordinary Ghanaians, we are just going to suffer.
There are other things that the government needs to take care of. As at now, school fees go. Foka koto ade kitwe bi kra ba enye sika ketwa. Mesia woni sika won go kromo. Into increase fuel, how does he expect us to cope with?
My issue has been with leadership in this country. Party A comes to power, all the things he fails to do, he goes to opposition again. I remember not so long ago, I think 3 months or 2 months ago, before the eve of Christmas, there was this hula balloon about increments in fuel prices, which caused a lot of arguments and a whole lot of conversations in this country. It's been just 1 month after Christmas. There is a projection of increment in prices. What is our leaders doing? Ghanaians are never ready for any increment in fuel prices. We are not.
Speaking to a section of Ghanaians, we told that they're simply not ready for an increment of petroleum products. Some also claim they do not have any extra budget. For Joy Business, James Ishen.
Well, also tonight, real estate developers and other consumers of electricity who will require certain specialized services from the Electricity Company of Ghana will have to pay more. This is because the ECG is implementing new service charges. So what are the implications of the increment in the service charges? Here's a report for you.
The new service charges will affect 9 items. They include straight service, that will vary from 100 cedis to a little above 6,700 cedis, depending on the type of the service charge. However, those who will require a replacement of meters will not pay any fee, but those who want a separate meter will pay for that. These service charges could translate into an increase in rent, since one will need to pay more for renting or acquiring an apartment. These obviously will affect the disposable income of people. Meanwhile, the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission, PURC, will before the end of the first quarter of this year announce new tariffs for electricity and water.
Another of our top stories tonight, mobile money transactions for last year outstripped checks by a massive 770.4 billion cedis. That's according to data.
Biggest payment solution in the country, with an estimated 905.1 billion cedis transactions recorded in 2021. Check transactions stood at 134.7 billion cedis during the period. This indicates that many customers, particularly retail consumers, now prefer mobile money as the easiest form of banking transactions because of its accessibility and reliability. Significantly, transaction was July, in which 99 billion cedis was recorded. Increasingly, mobile money transactions is relegating check transactions to the background, with many consumers now prefer walking to a mobile money vendor to deposit or transfer money into his or her wallet. Banks will therefore have to dig deep to innovate and come out with solutions similarly to that of mobile money in order to compete. Alternatively, they could partner the telecom firms to take advantage of the fast-growing market. Already, the Bank of Ghana has been piloting its digital currency, the
Right, so could we see these gains made with mobile money transactions reward if the e-levy takes effect? That is the question my colleague Charles Aite posed, Country Director of CAST International, Apia Kwesi Adumako.
This e-levy, I think that it will attempt to deformalize the economy, and all the efforts that we've made over the years will not yield the needed result. New currencies also increase what we call velocity of money. And so there's more advantages for government in terms of leaving the mobile money not touched. I mean, with regards to incidenting new taxes on it than trying to get money from it. And the evidence worldwide shows that whenever taxes are on mobile money transaction or other on the returns on it do not support the projections that the government projected. And I think we would be very disappointed during the media budget with the values that will come. And I wouldn't be surprised to levy and find other means of taxing the public. Just last week, if government were to tax the extractive and the oil and gas sector enough, government would get close to 25 billion cedis annually. We know that this e-levy is going to give us less than 8 billion Ghana cedis. And so I think government needs to explore other sources of revenue that will not affect people's consumption pattern, that will not affect people's behavior.
And welcome back to Business Live. We have some story from the mining sector for you. Chinese mining firm Shifeng Jilong has finally taken over Golden Star Resources mines all over the world, including Wassa mines here in Ghana. This is after securing the necessary regulatory approvals for the takeover estimated at $470 million. The company is ruling out any losses. Minister Samuel Abujinapo.
As part of the conditions for taking over the mine, Shifeng has agreed to respect and honor all existing contracts of Golden Star Resources, including employment contracts and collective bargaining agreements entered into with employees of the mine. Let me assure the workers and the good people of Wassa that government will work with the Shifeng company to ensure that the rights of all employees are protected and, where necessary, appropriate severance packages are paid in accordance with the laws. In accordance with Regulation 13 of the Minerals and Mining, Local Content and Local Participation Regulations 2020, LI 2431, and pursuant to the vision of the President of the Republic, His Excellency, and the benefit of the good people of Ghana, government has charged Shifeng Jilong to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange.
The Wassa mine, which covers a total surface area of approximately 52.89 square kilometers, has been in operation for many years. Originally operated as a small-scale mining site until Satellite Goldfields Limited acquired it in 1993 before transferring their interest to Golden Star Resources in 2002. As at the end of the year 2020, Golden Star Resources had produced about 2.4 million ounces of gold since its acquisition. Managing Director of Golden Star Resources Wassa Mine, Shadrach Ajetesua, in his welcome address, highlighted on the importance of the handing over to the company and its future prospects.
The rapid changes we see in our industry sometimes warrant the changes of ownership to support our sustainability and growth. We are gathered here today to witness this special day, which brings with it good memories of the impactful journey we have embarked on with Golden Star Resources family. A workforce that has been rather visionary and transformational, which has set us Golden Star Wassa Limited up to greater heights. Collectively, our good work has made us attractive to be acquired by a new owner, Chifen Geelong Gold, who promises to sponsor and support our growth plans of being a multi-jurisdictional, low-cost, and a higher production asset.
Executive President of Sinn Féin Group and new chairman of Golden Star Resources, Shen Zin-Hyong, expressed excitement about the mine's prospects.
I'm delighted that after 1 year hard working in Ghana, Chifen Gold successfully acquired Golden Star Resources jointly with CAFIC, which is a China-Africa Fund for Industry Cooperation. Chifen Gold acquired 62%, CAFIC acquired 38% of Golden Star Resources. Chifen Gold is a gold mining company listed in Shanghai Stock Exchange with a market value of around $4 billion. The closing of this transaction is merely the first step of a successful acquisition. There are more challenges awaiting us, and we need all of the WASA employees to work hard with us. And we also can't make it without the consistent and even stronger support from the government, the community, the contractors. We are all important stakeholders of Wasa Mine.
With an additional 11 years of mine life, the mine has the potential to produce about 1 million ounces of gold over a 6-year period with the right investment. For Joy Business, in Athalia Kwansa, Western Region.
And that's Business Live tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone. Before we go, just want to update you on a storybook at the beginning of the bulletin. GACL orders Magdan Aviation to suspend use of KIA Terminal 1 indefinitely. So as we have been reporting, the Ghana Airport Company Limited has ordered the newly launched Magdan Aviation to suspend the use of KIA Terminal 1 until further notice. There will be more on this story and others on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for watching, everyone. We are back same time tomorrow.